Hi, everybody. It is so nice to see you on this lovely Friday afternoon. I hope you have a great weekend planned, and I hope you're working on your inventions. My name is Rita Crompton. I am the Inventor Lady, and I help inventors get from mind to market. And that is the slogan that we're using on Archimedes Offspring. We really enjoy it. From mind to market, we help you get your invention from here to there. I'm going to have to practice that a little bit, but you'll start seeing that on the printed material for Archimedes Offspring. The two groups are intimately linked in the process. Oops, sorry about that. Somebody's always got a call when you're busy, right? Anyway, the talk that we're dealing with today, and we had an interesting experience this last week. I was in Utah, and then I came to South Dakota, and working and appointments and everything and getting things done. But when I was in Utah, I did a Skype meeting with the group in DC. Isn't technology fabulous? And we had a great meeting. And one of the people there then said, well, can I see you on Friday? And I go, no, he said, can we talk Friday? I said, absolutely. The next thing I knew, he told me he had an airline ticket out to Denver, but I'm not in Denver. And he goes, I was just so excited. I love it when my inventors are so excited. I love it. And it was a great Skype meeting. I felt like I was there with everybody. But he was excited when he heard the words merit-based funding. He goes, there's always all these criteria, the 5 C's we've talked about them that the banks are looking for and the lenders are looking for. They want to know that whether you're successful or not, you can pay them back. Well, and I understand their point of view. The bank wants collateral. They want your second mortgage, your firstborn, and whatever they can get for collateral. And, then there's all these other ones that are based on this social economic status, this piece, that piece, whatever piece. So this one, and this is the one that got him so excited, is that it's based strictly on the criteria of the invention. And he was nicely teed up, and that was exciting too. He had done the early steps, his patent had issued, but he was stuck. He was stuck. He said, I cannot do this alone. I cannot use any more of the family money to do a first round of manufacturing. And that's really where he was at. To do anything more, he was going to need to have probably 500 of these made. Because I am really interested in the funding part of it. So our topic for today is the money tree. I found one. And for so many inventors, Archimedes Offspring is like the money tree. And it's not growing in your backyard. You cannot go and pick the dollars off of it and use them for a vacation. When you go through the vetting process, and that money then is set aside for you. Your service providers are paid directly. So if you're using a service provider that you've chosen, that's fine. We don't care. In fact, if they did a good job, we may add them to our referral list. All right. We always want that referral list to grow. And so when they do a good job, they submit then their invoice, we're going to pay them for you. And when I say when they do a good job, all right, we're going to do the vetting ahead of time, because once they do the job, they get paid for the job. It's not a matter of saying, oh, you did a really crummy prototype. Now, if we put in the work for a hire agreement, the expectations, and they don't meet the expectations, that will make us cranky, and they will no longer be a preferred service provider. So there's going to be some accountability on that part too, and there should be. When we're looking out for you and we're looking out for investors' money, all right, there is going to be criteria that need to be met. There are going to be circumstances. We will hold them accountable, and you should too. And that was one of the questions that came up Monday night, was how do you not get taken advantage of by a service provider? Sometimes it's hard. It can be challenging. So what we're looking for then is using people we know, using people with a long line of experience. Somebody who's just getting started in the business, that's hard. That is really hard, because one, there's very few people to really talk to know that they do good work. But if they've been around for a while, they probably do, or they wouldn't be around for a while, right? That's kind of how that works out. I'm very wary of asking for references. They're not going to give me a bad one. Would you? I mean, if somebody says, oh, do you have references? Like, oh, yeah, sure. Here's a list of references. Do you give a bad one? No, you only give the ones people are going to say, yes, they're wonderful. other people are the same way. And so what we're looking for then is that history that tells a story. Things that get posted online. You got to dig around a little bit, but if somebody's cranky out there about a service provider ripping them off, we want to know. We want to know what were the circumstances. Doesn't always mean that the client was right. Certainly doesn't always mean that the service provider is right, but we want at least a ballpark idea of what's going on. So when we're looking at that money tree in the backyard, no, it's not. It's Archimedes Offspring, the funding side of the mentoring and funding program. So it helps inventors be able to, it's so much more than just having access to the funds. And I think this is what we're really trying to relay to the inventors, is that when we take you on, all right, through the vetting process, that we're going to pay for those services and get you teed up for the marketplace, that you're able to get the good advice that you need. You're going to be able to know, what do I do now for the launch? What do I do now as far as the prototypes? It's like, well, we are ready for now the manufacturer's prototype. What's that? What's the difference between the manufacturer's prototype and the sexy prototype that we already did? Those are the things that we guide you through. Those are the things that we're going to make sure are in the right order. You know, you're getting money and you haven't paid for any of the mentoring process. Does it get better than that? I mean, that's about as close to a money tree as you were ever going to find. And even though you can't go out and pick the dollars yourself, you can hand me an invoice and say, we're ready to pay this invoice. And I can say, okie dokie, let's get it done. So my name is Rita Crompton. I am the Inventor Lady, and I am here to help guide you through this process to make sure that you are understanding the right steps, that we're working together as a team, and that we get you into the marketplace successfully. And that's why it was so wonderful to meet this gentleman today. He goes, I'll drive to wherever you are. And he drove. We spent about an hour, a little over an hour visiting, going through the prototypes and showing me all the statistics and everything. Very cool invention. Game changer for the industry that he's in. Very exciting. And he is so excited about now having an option on getting this product out into the marketplace. And one of these days, we'll share with you what it is. Have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you on Monday. And until then, you keep working on those inventions. Tell me what your aha moment is. Talk to you later.